What's up, guys? It's Rich back with another Arma Reforger video for you today. We got a lot more gameplay coming out. We got a gameplay video coming out tomorrow, and you guys don't want to miss that. Absolute, just great lone wolf gameplay. I turned into some great team gameplay. So definitely be on the lookout for that video coming out tomorrow night. But the video today is going to be an Arma Reforger settings video. I know a lot of people are kind of taking off with this game. It's kind of exploding, whether just on Steam or, YouTube or Twitch. So I wanted to provide some simple settings here that you guys can follow along for some better FPS and some better performance. It's a very sometimes demanding game, depending on whatever server you're on, depending on mods and stuff like that. But at least maybe you can follow along with my settings and hopefully help your performance out. If these settings help you out, guys, make sure you guys drop a like on the video and a sub to the channel would be spectacular. Also, if you want to see some more Arma Reforger gameplay, obviously a sub to the channel is spectacular, but let me know down below in the comments, guys. Hopefully I run out to you guys in a server. I mainly play the W.C.S servers. Those are absolutely the best servers in my opinion. I've been having so much fun with them, but without any further ado, let's get into it. I don't want to make this a really dragged out video. I want to make it simple and efficient for you guys to see. I'll kind of go through each one of these settings and then kind of make a just simple explanation of what they do and why you might want to change it and why you might want to change and have a different setting than me, depending on your rig and system. What I have for my performance and my PC specs is going to be an i7-13700K, a 4070 graphics card from NVIDIA, and I also have 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. So obviously base that off of your PC specs and then go from there. All right, so we're going to scroll down here. I'll kind of go through it. So borderless full screen is what I played. The other options windowed. I don't prefer that. Make sure your render scale is set to 100%. It'll set it to your default monitor resolution. Now, sometimes if you have a really weak rig and you're really struggling with frames, you could lower this percentage. It is going to make your game look pretty poopy. It just kind of just blurs and makes things a little bit harder to see, but it definitely helps and benefits your performance because you're kind of downscaling the game to make it look better. So Fidelity FX Super Resolution, turn that on. It makes the game look a lot more crisper. VSync, no, just make sure that's disabled. Personally, don't want to have that on at all. That just makes the game more input latency, adds to that. FPS limit, I always have that disabled. Draw distance, this is a big one that's going to affect your performance, and you could always tweak this around. It's going to be the length of, kind of just a view distance, if you will. 1450 is what I play on. However, if you struggle with seeing enemies at further distances and you want to maybe expand your draw distance, you could always put that number up, obviously according to your specifications and obviously your gameplay and the way you're feeling that the game is playing. If you want to get a little bit further and lose a little more frames, you can obviously put this number up. However, to me personally, 1450 is a really good smooth spot. I've tried out a couple different areas with it and I'm rocking 1450. Now, nearby depth of field, no. Use 2D scopes, no. Use soft first cursor, no. All of those, no, no, no. Process anti-aliasing, FXAA high, would recommend. The game has a lot of leaves and kind of the artifacting without having anti-aliasing on looks really, really rough and almost makes it a lot harder to see enemies. So FXAA high is nice balance point in between that. I don't notice affecting my performance too much, but obviously if you do struggle with frames, maybe consider turning this off. I just think the game is a lot easier to play and in turn a lot easier to see enemies with this on. Depth of field quality none, ambient occlusion HBAO medium, screen space reflections low. That's just the lowest. The screen space reflections to me is always kind of just a it's really nice for single player games and stuff like that. For multiplayer games, there's no real reason to have it on. Contact shadows, no. Hardware anti-aliasing, no. That's just going to affect your performance significantly. Model geometric detail, so that's kind of the textures on the items, the vehicles, buildings, stuff like that. Medium. Object draw distance, medium. Terrain surface detail, parallax. Texture detail, high. Texture filtering, high. Grass quality, low. Grass draw distance, 150. No reason to have it higher than that. You can even turn it down a little bit more if you want to. That's the grass pop in at distances, the view distance, essentially for trees and bushes and obviously anything that's grass related. Shadow quality, low. Distance shadows, none. Render target format, standard. Environment quality, medium. For my audio settings, this is what I run right here. Just want to mention to keep in mind, I'll have an audio mixer. I have a system that obviously does my audio for me for my Elgato Wavelink. So keep these, if you want to use these settings, you can, but I obviously do some tweaking outside of the game as well to make sure I hear the game crisp and clear on my end. Interface, I can just kind of scroll through this if you guys want to see this. The reason I have chat under hide is just because if I'm streaming, there might be some TOS stuff that shows up on there. You can obviously turn some of this stuff off as well for immersion, but for me personally, I don't have any issue with having it on. But if you obviously want to immerse yourself or if you're struggling or you're new to the game, make sure you have those on. Gameplay, this is obviously, I'll scroll through all of these so you can see these. I haven't really necessarily tweaked too much of the gameplay settings. Persistent aiming down sights, that's kind of just like if you hold to ADS, that's a really nice one. Controllers, mouse aiming sensitivity, I use 30%. I have 1600 DPI set on my Razer mouse. Mouse aiming, I have all this set to standard. Haven't touched any of that stuff. Field of view, I have it maxed out. For me personally, I want to have the highest field of view when it comes down to it. So other than that, you can obviously tweak some of these to your personal liking. This is all personal preference when it comes down to the gameplay section. I definitely think you should follow my video settings for the most part, but other than that, after you get out of that section, definitely comes down to more just pure personal preference as far as what you want to do. Game Master, I don't really touch any of that stuff. That stays as is. I can kind of scroll through my keybinds if you really want me to. I'll kind of, maybe throw what I have here in a comment. I don't really want to go through every section, so I'll kind of just show you what I have, common, equipment. And if you need to pause the video here at any point in time, you definitely can. I didn't change too many of my settings. I think the game is actually playable really, really efficiently with the default keybinds. I really haven't changed much. One of the nice things I actually did, especially if you're learning the game and trying to tell where enemies are at, is going to be when you're going to be looking for your map button. So instead of having to reach with your thumb and press M, if you have mouse buttons on the side of your mouse and you're not utilizing them for anything in game, I actually bound my map button to my mouse button. So I can actually press that really quickly and efficiently. I can pull it up, boom, see if that's an enemy in front of me, and press that same button and still be able to have my mouse in position that I'm able to track those targets in front of me. Guys, again, these settings are obviously tailored specifically more to my build, but those graphic settings will work on your PC. Definitely gonna help you out with performance. On average, I'm running around 90 to 120 FPS when it comes down to W.C.S servers. However, there are times, especially if the games have gone on for a little bit longer, that I notice the performance struggling a little bit more. Other than that, though, guys, definitely try those settings out. Again, if they do help your PC and you do find them useful and you do enjoy my content, a like on this video would be spectacular, and a sub to the channel would be amazing, guys. We're trying to hit that goal of 10,000 subs on YouTube in 2025. So each one of you that are joining the community or are new to the community or are existing part and members of the community, I want to say thank you guys for always supporting me and my content. I love you guys. I'm so addicted to this game right now. So make sure you guys follow me over on Twitch as well. I'm practically live every day streaming this game right now. So addicted. I've been playing for the last 4 or 5 days and I cannot get enough of it, guys. Definitely try this game out, guys. I'm just having so much fun with it. I'll stop yapping here and let you guys go. Guys, have a great day. I'll catch you guys later. Try these settings out. Peace and love.